All right, everybody. We had some technical glitches, but I think we got it all figured out now. I got my main man, my bro from another Mo, and he is ready to go. None other than Coach Todd Strand. So let me get him here. And as I said earlier, I don't know if you got this or not. Grab your paper, grab your pen, grab your notepad, get you something, because we're about to receive some more education. We always do. And I hope that you'll help us to share this broadcast, because I know for a fact it's going to change someone's life. It has absolutely changed mine. Coach Todd, can you hear us this time?
I can hear you loud and clear, and I love edumacation. I am all about edumacation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm certainly not against it. But here's what I want to do. I want to share with you. I have been taking notes all day, as I said earlier, but I'm not sure if it was heard. Kendra and I, we were on the road, headed to a 90th birthday celebration for Mama Edith. Shout out to Mama Edith. We love you to life. She is just one of the most wonderful queens on the planet, and we were glad and grateful to be a part of that celebration. But while we're on our way there, Coach, I'm listening to, to me, the words, they felt like they were, I love ribs sometime, all right? They think I eat salads all the time. I don't, but those ribs, it was like the meat was falling off the bone from the time you picked up the call until the time it ended with Coach Darrell and, of course, Pastor Steve and many others. It was just a blessing. But let me share this with you. You shared something with me maybe about a month ago, and I want them to see this first while they're coming into this feed. I'm going to share this very quickly. Pinky says, hello. Much love to you, darling, up in New York. Give all the family our love. Pastor Danny says, hello, Pastor. We're praying with you, man. We know your back has really been bothering you. I want you guys to check this out. Coach shared something with me that was so phenomenal that I got to share with you guys today. So let me go ahead and put this up real quick.
So tell us about platooning technology. What is that?
Platooning technology is it's really an automated vehicle technology. Our platooning technology uses forward-looking sensors that detect the other vehicles in the surroundings, the other objects. Allows a second truck to follow the first vehicle. The vehicle's kind of following in a formation. Can disengage. He can relax, take his hands off the wheel, his feet off the pedals.
How many would you eventually have? I mean, what's possible? Would you have 2 trucks like we were in, or 3 trucks, or 4 trucks? Or?
So we started just to work on system issues, but we're also simulating more and more vehicles. If the technology is able to do an unlimited length, there's still issues with potentially blocking exit ramps, for example, or entrance ramps on a freeway.
Why are we doing this? What's the advantage to the trucking company? What's the advantage to the state of Texas? What's the advantage to the businesses to doing the shipping?
The research shows that at 65 miles an hour, a single truck uses, it spends about 65% of its fuel, of the fuel on the vehicle, of the energy it's generating from that fuel, just to overcome the aerodynamic drag of that big vehicle being pushed down the road.
Well, what's the difference between the fuel economy of the first truck and the second truck?
The lead truck actually still sees a benefit of 4% fuel savings. The second truck sees an 8%. So all in all, it's a 12% savings.
TTI is heading up the research for lots of different companies, maybe the feds too, or
so our project's sponsored by the Texas Department of Transportation. We have 9 public and private sector partners that we've been able to talk into to join in us on this project.
As usual, TTI does great transportation research, the best in the country.
So, Coach, I got one more thing to do, and then I'm just going to turn you loose, because you need no further guidance from there. I know there's going to be classes in session. You shared a post with me today. I want to thank you for putting it out, but let me see if I can get it up on the screen and see if they can take a look. I may have to, let's see. I'm going to put it up. Let me grab it. Put it up like this. It's going to cover us a little bit, but here's the 2 things I want you to do. First of all, you gave me that amazing tip about how the trucking industry has changed. Now, I didn't call you up here to talk about trucks, but you sent me also today this graphic, and it's all related. It's all connected. So without any further delays, I'm going to get this thing out the way, and I'm going to have you to give us some education. Class is now in session. Hold that thought. Got to do one more thing. I got to say hello to a couple of people. Of course, Pinky, Pastor Danny, Mamu, good to see you, darling, all the way in England. Kev, it's good to see you, man. Carol, thanks for chiming in. Cheryl, it's good to see you, darling. Minister Lisa, thanks for chiming in. Y'all help us to share this broadcast because class is now in session. Coach, take it away, man.
Well, first and foremost, we got to reach out to Edith. It's her 90th birthday, right? So we got a little 90th celebration right there for her. So happy birthday. But yes, I did share a post with you. And of course, you showed the trucking video. So for everyone out there, it's not just trucks. So what you were seeing there on that particular video, and that's actually a different video than the one I told Pastor Mel about. I told him about a thing on 60 Minutes, where when you think about the trucking industry, because we all see the automation that's happening, we see the artificial intelligence, we see that, things that human beings used to do, suddenly you show up and computers are doing it. I had that experience when I was in the Paris airport back in February. I went through the entire airport experience without ever interfacing with a human being. Now, a lot of us kind of got used to, printing our own boarding ticket, our own pass, but eventually you took your bags up to a human being. And Paris, they completely automated it, not even a human being in sight. They're talking about now having these like virtual things. We can actually get customer service via a 3D virtual reality kind of gizmo. We've all gone to the grocery store. We see the self-checkout lines. That's happening in every facet of our business, including, something you would think that, how are they ever going to replace truckers? And 60 Minutes did the whole segment about for over a year, they've had trucks driving up and down the road without a single human being in them. And most people are like, hold on, what? This is already happening? This has been going on for over a year, and nobody even seems to know that they have trucks in Florida driving themselves down the road. So that's 2 million truck drivers that are on the verge of, finding out they're no longer required. I got a guy in my business, Danny Seguinall, he's up in Canada. He works in the health profession, and, whenever they have cold blue, someone's having a heart attack. Well, the guy that, does the whole, pump the chest and breathe in the mouth. We've seen this done on television a million times. They don't need him anymore. They got a machine that does that now. And so you think for sure the CPR guy, he's safe, right? Well, the CPR guy is not safe. The people at the airport aren't safe. The truck drivers aren't safe. This automation stuff continues to displace countless numbers of people. Then you add in COVID-19 and you got 1 billion people Googling, how do I make money from home? And so one of the big announcements our company made is that we are going into a brand new industry. So we've been in the travel space crushing it, and we're going into a travel related industry. If you've ever traveled before, the first thing you do when you go overseas is you trade in your money for the currency of the country you're going to. This is known as foreign exchange or Forex. It's been around since the time of the Bible. You can read about the money changers in the Bible. So, for thousands of years, this kind of thing has happened. Well, there's a market that actually trades these currencies, and it's one that most people are completely unfamiliar with. And yet it's 20 times the size of the U.S. stock market, Pastor Bell. So you think about the U.S. stock market does about 300 billion a day in volume. It's massive. We all know how big the U.S. stock market is. And they're trading Apple and Microsoft and all these kind of things. And of course, that's big time to trade a company inside the United States. But when you look at the foreign exchange, it's not trading one little company in one little country. It's trading the currency of the entire country. And so the U.S. stock market does 300 billion a day, but the foreign exchange does 6.8 trillion a day, 20 times the size. And so this is a market that up until a few years ago, average people were not allowed to participate. You had to have a net worth of 3 million and open up a brokerage account of $100,000. But there's big time opportunity in this space, and people have been flooding into the space, and with the right education, doing unbelievably well. Well, I was having a conversation just recently with a gentleman, and so his name is Chris. In fact, I've been friends with him for some time, Chris Coleman. You can kind of see his contact here on my phone. There we go, Chris Coleman. So we're having this conversation, and he actually he's been trading Forex now for a year. So he sent me over this post, and he put, just as an example, this is just 1 day's work. And so the post he actually put up on the screen, you can see Pastor Mel just put it up on the screen so you can see it better, but he actually texted this to me. So he started trading currencies about a year ago. Well, in 1 year, you can see that he's built his balance to $100,972.52. I mean, absolutely incredible. And in 1 day, he made, this is just an example of 1 day. He doesn't do this every day. He admitted this is one of my better days. That's why he did a screenshot of it. But I mean, most people would be happy if that happened in a week, let alone a day. But in one day, he made $3,267.84. And so when you look at this kind of an example here on the screen, the fact that today you can get started in this industry for $100. If you got a mobile phone and $100, you can begin to participate. If you follow the advice of the experts, you can begin to do some of the things like Chris is doing and learning how to go trade like a pro. And in 1 year, he's taken his account from basically zero to hero. So from zero to $100,000 kind of an account, where some days he actually made 3,200. Some days he might even lose money, right? But I mean, again, you do the ebbs and the flows, right? Some days I lose, some days I lose, some days I win. But obviously, he's won enough to build that balance to $100,000. Right. And so, obviously, pretty incredible when you think about being able to show people around the globe how to make money right off their mobile phone, especially at a time when countless people, again, because of automation, because of artificial intelligence, because of COVID-19, they're Googling, how do I make money from home? And we now have the ability to show people how to do that. And I keep maintaining, Pastor Mel, that different skill sets are required for different eras. Right. There was a time if you were programming computers, it's not that that's not still a valuable skill set, but that skill set today is a little more commonplace. If you were doing it back in the late 70s, early 80s, hanging out with guys by the name of Bill Gates and Steve Jobs, that skill set really paid off in a big, big, big way, right? There was a time if you knew how to program computers, but you were born in 1872, that's not going to do you a whole lot of good. Right. We need people to know how to, do blacksmith and shoe horses and, build horse and buggies and whips. I mean, so different skill sets are required for different times. That's right. And today, a lot of people go to university, they get massive amounts of debt. They just blew $100,000 on a bachelor's in science degree, and they go out there and like, well, if you had a master's, we might think about hiring you. And so then they go back to school, they go further in debt. And I got a friend right now, she's got a master's in biology. She's making $14 an hour. And this guy's making $3,700 a day trading currency. He's a musician on the side. He plays trombone. And so again, different skill sets for different times. And so today, knowing how to make money from your mobile phone, that particular skill set, knowing how to participate in the single largest financial market in the world, that skill set's more valuable than most basic degrees from most basic universities. Right. It's just a different time, different era. We're living in that era of show me how to make money in the gig economy. Show me how to make money, from my mobile phone, from my home. And better yet, more people today are wanting to learn how to become digital nomads, which is show me how I can travel and have fun and make money as I go, make money from my laptop, from my cell phone, so I can do the things I want to do and the places I want to do them. I'm not chained to some desk. And so we were getting ready to roll this out. We teamed up with an amazing company up in Canada, Pastor Mel. These guys, by the way, they are 5-6 years old. They trade, or they actually invest money for very wealthy clients, for large institutions. In fact, when we were meeting them, they actually showed us some of the stuff they were doing in what they call a prove it account. So a prove it account is a big institution they're working with. And the institution says, look, we're going to give you guys $100,000, some small money, some chump change, right? To them, $100,000 with small money. Okay. We're going to give you guys $100,000, let you play with it, see how you do, kind of prove to us that you guys know what you're doing. And so we actually got to see some of what they called the prove it accounts. And they got these guys in 1 month, like a 12% rate of return. Now, I'm always, quick to point out to everybody, right? Past success doesn't equal future performance, right? So, obviously there's risk in anything you do, but they have for the last 18 months been doing this kind of thing. We're on some days you win, some days you lose, but at the end of the month, most people are smiling pretty wide if you were following the advice of the pros. And so when you see a company that's established, where they've got an amazing track record, they're investing money for wealthy people, they're proving themselves with, obviously institutions where $100,000 small money, kind of go prove that you can do this, right? And now they're going to come show the average person, you and me, starting with a mobile phone and a $100 bill, how to go learn about the market, how to succeed in this market. And then every day they're going to drop what we call trade ideas right on our mobile phone. So even if you knew nothing, well, looks like the pros are buying at this price and selling at this price, I think I'll do the same thing. And so you could just go copy what they're doing so you can get the results they're getting. And so we call that earn as you learn. So yeah, we're pretty fired up about bringing this out, matching up with our travel program. It's not even out yet. It's going to come out in October. But when you start meeting people who are participating in this arena and seeing the kind of successes that people are having, it's exciting.
Man. Well, Coach, I want you also, coupled with what we have already accomplished over the past 8 years as Paid to Save, now becoming Travorium, what that means from the perspective of a company that has already become a travel phenomenon, that has already broken records and established standards and has already literally changed lives around the world for 8 years. There are other Forex companies out there. What makes our opportunity so unique and so special?
Well, a couple of things. Number one, we're rolling out a demonstrably better product than exists in the marketplace today, and for less money than some of those other companies are charging. So we are going to be, in fact, less money than any of the major competitors I know. So better product, less money. I mean, that's typically a pretty good formula. It worked out well for Walmart. That would be the opening shot. But then from there, as you look at what we did with travel, when we got started in the travel space, we had a similar product to lots of other companies. We had incredible rates. People did the comparisons. Of course, we had slightly better rates. That was something we had going for us. But still, they got good prices. We got good prices. But you give Mr. David Hart, our visionary owner, some time, and he started doing things that no company's ever done. And before you knew it, we had people getting, 2 amazing vacations per year. We're talking 7 nights, 8 days, 2 bedrooms, 2 balcony, full kitchen, living room. Amazing places, flat screen TVs, fireplaces, all those kind of things. And they were going to these places for like $8 a night.
Right.
And of course, first there was skepticism, then people started going on them like you've been on several of them.
Yeah. And
it's like, wow, this is incredible. And then if you tell 3, you were enjoying the whole thing basically for free. So who wants to go on free vacations? Well, now we're going to be doing the same thing, obviously in the Forex space. We're coming out day one with an amazing service, amazing product for less money than the competition. But wait till Mr. Hart innovates this product for a while and teaching people how to go out there and succeed with their mobile phone. And then we couple that with a compensation program that, if you do want to get involved, then share that information with a few other people. Some pretty amazing things can happen with some pretty small numbers.
Do this for me. Would you, without going too far into the compensation plan, I want you to tell us what makes our compensation, just a cut above the rest. First, I want to acknowledge some of our guests coming on, and then I want you to jump right on that for me. I want to say hello to my main man, Maurice is in the house. And thank you, Mamu. Mama Edith is going to love that. I'll tell her she got a birthday greeting all the way from the UK. We got Cheryl is in the house. Good evening, my dear. Good to see you. Yes, it's fire. My beautiful sister Kayla, it's good to see you, darling. These are some amazing nuggets. Absolutely right. And she says, hello, Coach. Many of them have done so. So, Coach, if you'll take it from there, what's one compensation plan compared to the next? Aren't they all the same?
No, actually, if you look at the history of compensation plan methodology, there's been several evolutionary periods. It's like trying to say, aren't all computers the same? Well, no. The computer you bought in 1980 is not the same computer you got in 1990, which is not the same computer you got in the year 2000, which is certainly not the thing you're buying today, right? There's been this evolutionary process in computers. In fact, I got more computer technology in my mobile phone than they had in the computer men to the moon. And so it's kind of scary to think about when you think of it that way, right? But so if you go back to like the days of Amway and New Skin and NSA and Herbalife, very antiquated plans. There's not been a plan that's tried to launch, with that original structure since the 90s. Because it's just very outdated. Now, those companies are so big, so established, great products. Lots of people buy their products. They like them. They've already got momentum around the world and leadership that they continue to exist. But you don't see any company would try to start up with that plan today.
No.
Well, then over time, they invented another plan that kind of took more advantage of the natural depth of these kinds of organizations. And they didn't go really wide. They went really, really deep. And so there's a lot of plans that let you tap into that infinite depth that an organization tends to take on. And they did a great job of that, which then became the most prevalent compensation program in our industry today. But, again, evolution happens. If you look at the most popular plan today, it takes like 250 people on the left and 250 people on the right to make a couple thousand per month.
Right.
Well, there's been some innovation in compensation plans where now imagine making that same money rather than having to have 250 left, 250 right to make $2,000 a month. What if you could have as few as like 14 to 25 people on the left, 14 to 25 people on the right, make the exact same amount of money? And suddenly you're like, wow, I mean, that sounds a lot more doable.
Yeah.
And so what it was, is they took a lot of the money that was historically put on the back end of these plans so that some big hitter can make $5 million a month. And they say, hey, let's pull all that to the front side so that everyday real people could actually, you know, have some bill paying money.
Yeah.
Not maybe someday, but I mean, like now. And, you know, that's kind of resonating more with people. I think more now than ever. You know, it's about lifestyle. If I can just, you know, get out of my job, if I could, you know, make, you know, a little bit more than I'm currently making and have that money coming in month after month so that I could be a digital nomad, so that I could do what I want, when I want, with whom I want. And again, I mean, people can still go make incredible money with us. Our comp plan goes all the way up to, you know, 100 grand a month. You know, that's, you know, 1.2 million a year. But it, again, focused on getting money on the front side so that people can have some real bill paying money today. There's a big difference in what we're doing and about 99% of everything else you're seeing out there.
I love it. I love it. I don't want to hold you much longer, but there's two other things I want to do. Shout out to you, Michelle. We love you, darling. Keep on doing what you're doing. Cheryl, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We are making waves. Absolutely. No doubt about it. One, I want you to kind of just tip in on what someone can do. I've heard it said, and I've said it myself, that with our company in particular, is literally impossible to lose, because even though you're putting out money every month to start your business, to maintain your business, we have a built-in concept that even if someone didn't build a business, they just don't lose. I want you to touch bases with that. And then the last thing I'm going to ask you to do, we'll close out with the vision. You shared a vision with me for the company as a whole, using the world tours that we already have in place. In fact, I'll be seeing you in a couple of weeks in one of our next world tours. We had about 6 this year so far, and next year we're scheduled to have 30. So I want you, for the benefit of everybody watching, answer how it is impossible to lose with Travorium as you know it. Even if someone doesn't build a team, even if someone isn't doing anything to make money per se, how is it impossible to lose? And then tell us that great vision that you shared with me just about a couple of months ago.
Well, in fact, it's funny you bring that up, because I went to this amazing church service just this last Sunday. It was the Joshua House of Worship. And amazing guy, amazing pastor there, Pastor Melkeys. You got to meet this guy. And he was bringing on experts in the area of finance, because, I mean, finances affect the parishioners too. Right. In a big way. In fact, a lot of Jesus' parables were related to money. Absolutely. And you had the CPA, of course, obviously, when I kept saying he, that was you, had a CPA on there. And the CPA pointed out to everybody that was there in attendance and anyone that watched the recording that, number one, if you open a home-based business and you run that with an intention for a profit, that you can tap into so many deductions, writing off your house, your spouse, kids, meals, travel, entertainment, that by the time you're done with all those write-offs, you're like, wow, even if I never made a dime in my business, I just saved thousands of dollars in taxes. And so if I can join a business where, let's say I get involved with this company and I do the travel membership for $39 a month, or I do the travel membership for $69 a month, or I even go for the big one of $125 a month, or maybe I do the Forex for $99 a month, right? Well, you might say, well, yeah, but that adds up to like $1,200 a year. Yeah, but I just saved $4,000 in taxes. I mean, I'm $3,000 ahead, and before I did anything. Well, now separate issue. Let's pretend I do the Forex. Well, if I'm following the strategies of the pros, well, now this isn't costing me money. This is about making money. This is about learning the education of how to go into the single largest financial market in the world. And of course, everyone's going to get different results. I mean, again, past performance doesn't equal future success. Right. But in the gentleman of this guy, Mr. Coleman, who sent me the text, I mean, that information 1 year ago for him was rather life-changing. Yes, built an account of 100,000 in the account, and some days, obviously, again, this is a big day. I made $3,200. Right. I mean, so do you think that cost him money or made him money? With the travel, the same thing. I mean, most people dream of traveling. They dream of going places. We sell travel for up to 70% off. No, we're not kidding. Go compare Expedia, bookings, all that kind of stuff. Some people say, how's that possible? And well, they don't realize there's huge markup in travel. In fact, go pull up a list of the top 10 internet companies in the world. You see 2 of them are travel companies, but they don't own anything travel related, which means the only way they can make their money is taking the price from the hotel, jacking it up and selling it to you. Like, oh yeah, I never thought about that. And then when you realize they bought up all the other sites, again, we save people huge in travel. We're showing people how to have 2 amazing vacations per year, 7 nights, 8 days at amazing resorts. And if you tell 3 people, then you're enjoying all that benefit. You're enjoying vacations, and it's costing you what? $0.00 because you're making more than you're spending. And so again, it's pretty hard to lose when you think about finances, right? I mean, I'm watching my money, but again, between the tax deductions, between the education, between the trips you're going to take, and if you tell 3, then the entire thing is better than free.
Yeah.
It's pretty tough to find yourself in a situation where you're not going to come out further ahead.
Yeah.
Well, then you say, well, where are we going with all of this? Well, again, I mean, today we want to teach people how to travel the world for pennies on the dollar. We want to teach people how to make money on their mobile phone. So I don't have to recruit people. I don't have to build a team. How to make money on your mobile phone, no matter what beach you happen to be sitting on, no matter what resort you happen to be at. And then in particular, we do these world tours where we're going to Las Vegas, Nevada, October 1 through October 4th. We got people coming in from everywhere.
Right.
We are going to the Wynn Hotel. Now, you may not know much about Vegas, but Steve Wynn built a big part of it. And he made his last hotel a monument to himself. According to Forbes, it is a 5-star, 5-diamond hotel. It's gotten that award 24 different times. So it's like the nicest place in all of Vegas. If you want to stay at the Wynn, it costs hundreds of dollars per night. If you want to get the really good rooms above the 28th floor, takes a special key just to get up there. They're the panoramic rooms, where it's got the panoramic view of all of the strip and all the mountains. It costs about $600 a night. We have people coming in for a 4-day experience. Our platinum members are paying $199 for the entire experience. That's them, their wife, their kids. It's a flat $199 on a room that typically costs $600 a night. And then further, as we do these kinds of things around the world, we're bringing in like-minded people. You're getting together with people like Pastor Mel. You're getting together with people like Mahmuda. You're getting together with people like, Kayla Young, some of the people that are on here. I mean, these are forward-looking, optimistic, friendly, people loving. They love to travel. They love to have fun. They love to learn. Absolutely. They want to improve their position. They want to learn, study finances and get ahead and all those other kind of things. And when you get around like-minded people, I mean, it's kinetic. I mean, you meet someone the first time, you're like, oh my gosh, you could be my BFF. It's good. And it's because there's somebody just like you. I mean, you guys are like the fireworks are flying. You're back and forth because you see the world the same way. So it creates this experience you can't buy online. And while we're there, we're going to be teaching people at these world tours all over the world how to make money on their mobile phone. We'll be doing the Forex seminars. And so come to the world tour, learn how to make money on your mobile phone, learn how to become a digital nomad, or we like to call it travel trader, and, be able to go out and share that information with other people. Because again, different eras require different skill sets. At one time, it was about making horse and buggies, and then came the automobile. And all those people who were making horse and buggies had to learn a new skill set. At one time, people made records, and then came cassette tapes, and then came CDs. And so you needed a new skill set. One time people were making carburetors, but then it became fuel injectors. You need a new skill set. And today, people need a skill set to learn how to make money from home on their phone. We're teaching people how to do that. It is a life skill that can change the lives for countless other people.
Absolutely. I see Mamu and Gina. Gina has put in, it won't show on the graphic won't show on the screen, but I see it on my phone. And then we have Prophetess Michelle. She says, you just can't lose with the tools we use. Well, I'm going to give a special promotion, particularly for my team, but I want to redirect anybody watching this broadcast. This is what I urge you to do. Whoever shared this broadcast with you, get in touch with them right away, whether they're in the UK, US, South Africa, Canada, France, it doesn't matter. We're operating in more than 52 nations around the globe. But Coach, I want you to close us out with this. And then I'm going to give a special promotion. For a few days remaining, at least a few days, our CEO has done something that has allowed people to get in position really without any expense to themselves. I want you to tell us what that promotion is. And I want you to tell us your personal significance of why that's something that whoever's watching this broadcast at this moment, they should immediately contact the person that shared this broadcast with them and take immediate action. I want you to do that, and then I'm going to share personal promotion for the benefit of Team Joshua Generation.
Yeah, and it's like anything. If you know, when you hear about something, I mean, if you could hear about Apple before it ever went public, what if you could have heard about Microsoft before it ever went public? What if you could have got in on Facebook before it ever went public, right? So there were people who got in before anyone else even knew about it. It wasn't available. The regular public couldn't buy it, but there were people who got in on it early. And I think that people figured out that people who get in on something big early tend to do better than people who don't get in. So there's a lot of excitement in the early days. Well, today you can actually pre-position yourself in our company for free. Costs nothing. Zero dinero. That translates in every single language. And so you can, position yourself, cost nothing. And when you understand that we're a two-legged environment, I can only build two legs. So if I have, Miss Kayla Young on my right and Pastor Mel on my left, anyone else that I ever bring on from here on out forevermore has to go below Kayla, or it has to go below Pastor Mel. Well, I could tell you in the past week, I've probably recruited 27, 28 people personally. Right. So if I'm only got two people front line, the other 27, 28 got to go below you or Kayla. Well, some of the people I've recruited have brought on 5, 6, 10. One guy brought on 11. I mean, they're getting people. And so here you are because you said yes. You know what? I don't even understand this whole thing, but sign me up. Like I had a lady, Cynthia Dankin. I sent her a text on Thursday night, and she says, please send me the link. I sent her the video. She goes, I don't want the video. Send me the link. I know how this thing works. It's free, man. I'm getting my spot now. and by grabbing that spot, then all the other people that come in start going down below her. Well, when you understand our compensation program, Pastor, I mean, if it only takes 14 to 25 people down down your left leg and your right leg to make a couple of grand a month, and you say yes early, and then suddenly a bunch of people start spilling down below you, I only got to go build the other side. I start cashing checks. So we are in this extraordinary moment of growth because people always want to get in before something's out. Right now, the Forex service I described, you can't buy it. It's not available. It will not be out until October. We have a brand new company name coming out. You can see Pastor Mel's shirt. He's got that name right there on his shirt, but that brand has not been released. There's no videos from the company. The website's not up. The brand's not up. I mean, today we just know that it's coming. That's where people want to get started. And so for my wife and I, we had a similar opportunity to this, Pastor Mel, 3 years ago. The company was launching the travel division. They had this kind of revolutionary pay program we were describing earlier. And so we went out and said, hey, there's something new. It's coming. You can't buy it yet. In fact, we got started September 26th, and we had until November 1st. Wow. So we had about a 34-day window. And we went out and we just text everybody, just like I'm doing right now. I mean, we're just texting everyone on our Facebook message. Understand it's not personal. We're just to let you know, 8-year-old company, paid out millions of commissions in 52 countries, rolling out something brand new, could be huge. You can get pre-positioned for free. Cost you nothing to grab a spot, just in case this thing takes off, right? And so we went out, told a lot of people about that. We're doing the exact same thing all over again. And, back then we told a bunch of people, then told a bunch of people, and then the thing took off and, and people were flooding in. And at the end of the day, I mean, that drove us to 1-star ambassador, which means you're got a 6-figure income with the company. And so, all from that 34-day promotion. Now, again, I don't know everyone on here. I don't know your mix of skills. I don't know that you're going to have the exact result we had. But what I do know is that people are flooding in right now. Right. That people are signing up all over the place. It's an extraordinary moment where today you're not selling anything because they can't buy it even if they wanted to. Right. I'm just telling you about something huge that's coming. You can get positioned for free. Right. And so it's a moment where, if I can just tell you what I'm doing right now. I mean, I'm literally all day long trying to send out messages. I can't send them out fast enough to people who then are writing me back, tell me more, send me the video, send me the link. I want to get signed up. And then we're doing Zooms. Just this past week, we did our first presentation in Norway. So we opened up Norway. We just opened up Brazil. So Brazil's brand new. We got a big meeting in South Africa. Got another one tomorrow, but we're opening up South Africa. I was on my grandson. That's a picture of my grandson. Wow. He got his black belt. And so the gentleman you see right here, not right. Anyway, there we go. Got it back. So the gentleman you see right there with the shorter hair, he does not have glasses on. That's Sabanin. He's like one of the top Taekwondo people in the world. Overseas studios everywhere. I mean, in China, Korea, you name it. Well, as you can imagine, that model has been affected by COVID-19. A lot of kids are not going down to the classes right now because of the current situation. So it's crushing their business. But this gentleman is respected with huge contacts all over the world. So here we are just the other night. It was 11 p.m. my time. Master J at the bottom there. He was in Korea. Sabanin's here in California. We're having a conversation about these guys open up some of the Asian markets and taking the Forex education there. Yeah. I mean, guys, big time things are happening. You might be thinking, I don't know anybody in Korea. Neither do I. I mean, my grandson goes to the Taekwondo place. Right. I mean, all of you guys have, you're getting laundry done or dry cleaning, or you got kids or grandkids doing baseball or soccer or Taekwondo or who knows what. Absolutely. And many business owners have been, just crushed by the current situation. Their restaurants are hurting. By the way, Pastor Mel, near and dear to your heart, how many pastors out there in churches are struggling right now because of the situation? And so, some of you, hey, reach out to your pastor, reach out to the clergy and say, Paul was a tent maker. Yes. He did some things on the side to bring in some extra money. Right. And I want to show you something. We don't have to recruit anybody right on your mobile phone. You can start making some money that can help out the church. Or maybe you want to share that with some of the other people in the church that might be hurting for various reasons, no fault of their own, but they're looking for ideas. They're looking for solutions. So today, countless people are looking. They, the good Lord says, knock, and the door shall be open. Seek, and you shall find.
That's what he said.
We're looking for the seekers.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, I can't thank you enough. I'm going to redirect. I want everybody watching this broadcast. I'm going to share a video with you in just a moment. Please, we are in unity. We are working this thing together no matter where the team is. If you're watching this video, please get back in touch with the person that invited you to see it, because they believed in something about you that it might be of benefit to you and of service to you. So go ahead and do them a courtesy and really do yourself a favor. We're not looking for everybody. We're looking for the people that are looking for us. And that's going to make all the difference in the world. But for my team, which is Team Joshua Generation, we have so many of our members right there in the feed, and some will be watching the replay. If you watch the replay, put #replay. But no matter what, for my team, Joshua Generation, here's what I want you to do. Get that text out. If you're connected to someone on our team, text the word Travorium to 830-522-2110. That's 830-522-2110. Text Travorium to 830-522-2110. Here's what's going to happen. We want to know some information about you. We want you to kind of tell us what it is that you're looking for. Because, again, we're not looking for everybody. We're also going to include you in a special survey where you'll have an opportunity to win a 3-night vacation just for providing us some candid feedback. Did I say candid? Real deal Holyfield. Don't make anything up. Don't tell any stories. Just tell us what it is that you desire. We're looking for the right people. And maybe this isn't for you. I always tell people this way: nothing and no one is for everyone but God, right? So if this is not for you, maybe you know someone that should be connected to us. But no matter who shared this broadcast with you, please, ma'am, please, sir, get back with them. But if you're a part of Team Joshua Generation, text the word Travorium to 830-522-2110. I'm going to share with you a very quick video with some of the places that we have in mind with your name on it. And you should be texting right now, Travorium to 830-522-2110. And then I'm going to come back and give the closing comments to our special guest, Coach Todd. Hold that thought. All right, it doesn't get any more simple than that. You choose your destination, over 50 destinations you can choose from. Take the survey, give us the information that's going to help us do what we do better. We're not looking for everybody. We're looking for the people that are looking for us. Coach Todd, I want to end with this. Close us out and tell us what we need to do and how it's looking from your neck of the woods, guiding our ship into this new year in front of us by God's blessing.
Yeah, again, it's an extraordinary moment. I mean, people are flooding into the company. So there's, what you got to do is prioritize. We gave an example earlier in the training call today that if you take a big jar and you then fill it with some big rocks, ask everyone, is it full? They say yes. Then you pour in some small gravel and sift it a little more small gravel. Is it full? They say yes. Then you take some sand, you put it in there and sift it, and you say, is it full? They say yes. Then you pour water in there and okay, now it's full, right? Well, the example illustrates you got to do the big things first. What are the main things? Because if you don't do the main things, you're never going to find time. If you let all those little things in there first, you never find time for the big things. So you got to do the big things first. In our business, it's nothing more than every single day you need to decide on how many people do I want to contact about the fact that this 8-year-old company that's paid out millions of commissions in 52 countries is launching a brand new company, brand new name, brand new logo, brand new videos, brand new everything, brand new service, showing people how to make money from their mobile phone, and the single largest financial market in the world. They've teamed up with a major company in Canada, bringing a better product for less money with a revolutionary compensation program that can literally change lives with tiny, tiny numbers. And do you want to get positioned for free? Didn't even ask you to buy anything. Just want to know if you want to learn more about it and you want to get a free spot. I don't think that you can possibly send that message out to enough people. I go through my phone. I have 13,000 contacts in my phone. Some of them I don't know. Some of them I do know. They got in there somehow. I mean, I might have met them 10 years ago, 8 years ago. Some of them are disconnected, but I'm going through rapid fire. All 13,000 people are going to get a message from me saying, hey, do you want to know more? I got 4,700 friends on my Facebook. All 4,700 are going to get a message from me saying, do you want to know more? I got a few thousand friends on LinkedIn. All of them are going to get a message. Do you want to know more? I got people on WhatsApp. I got people on Telegram. I got people on Instagram. Once again, my job is not to decide who's interested, who's not interested. I'm not even remotely tied. My job is simply to send the information out and say who says, you know what? Yeah, tell me more about that. I'm looking.
Awesome. Coach, much love to you, man. Can't wait to see you in person again as we celebrate those birthdays.
Yes, you're the September pastor. You're coming up. You're before me.
Yes,
you're
yes.
like the 30th, 29th?
Somewhere in there.
Somewhere in there.
Give Lady Gina my love, man. Thank you so much.
We'll
see you real soon, man. God bless.
God bless everybody.